comes into this game tonight, 6-1 on the season. Bertha and New York Mills comes in at 3-4. The only loss for Bertha Hewitt comes to the Osakis game. That was in the very, very first game of the season, which they lost 24-0. The 3 wins for New York Mills came against Pillager in a 28-6 win in the second week, and in the fifth week they beat Monaga 38-14, and then again Sabika 28-6. Last week they dropped a game to Browerville 30-8, and according to Petter Buttonoff, the head coach for the New York Mills Eagles, probably one of the worst games that they put out this year. This is going to be another interesting ball game for you right in here. A conference game. You've got the number 1 conference, Bertha Hewitt Bears, taking on number 3 seed, New York Mills Screaming Eagles. And these teams are going to be a good showdown because the Eagles are a little bit bigger as far as size-wise go, coming up on the offensive and defensive line. And, of course, the Bears are very quick, very agile. And on offense, the Bears are very, very capable of doing just about anything. Going to the pass, quick pitches, traps, you name it, they'll mix it up and they'll try to make things happen on offense. Of course, their defense is notorious for their linebackers, and the key here for the Eagles tonight is to pound it up the middle and maybe get some blockers out in front and to decoy those linebackers a little bit in order to move the ball. Just like any high school team in the Lakes area, the primary function is to move the ball. And to move the ball, you got to move the ball on the ground, get your ground game going, and then you can mix things up. Tonight, you just never know what it's going to be. I think it's going to be a high-flying ball game here at Bertha Hewitt High School because I see that the Eagles have thrown in a couple of their plays, a couple of different plays, and then the Bears, of course, like I say, notorious for just going to the air, doing a little bit of everything with slot backs and split backs and wide receivers. So you're going to see some passing tonight, I do believe, and you're going to see some good hard running as well. For the New York Mills Eagles, Josh Malone for the offense. Justin Malone, number 20 tonight, needs just 149 yards to reach 1,000 yards for his 3rd straight year. So Justin Malone is looking for a big game tonight as well. We'll take a 90-second timeout, and we'll be back with our starting lineups and our opening kickoff coming up here on Lakes Area Television, TV3.
Your game of the week is made possible by Neil's Floor Store, your floor store putting you first. Trump Framing for all your framing needs. Mexican food at its finest, Miguel's of Detroit Lakes, and the Main Street Restaurant, pie and coffee specials daily of Detroit Lakes. Supporting all area teams, it's Barefoot Sportswear of Detroit Lakes. Detroit Paint and Glass for all your home decorating needs. Sunflower Hill, unique gifts, lunch, coffee, and espresso. And Lakes Abstract Company for all your title needs in Becker County. Supporting youth activities is Tweeden Refrigeration, your commercial refrigeration and air conditioning specialist. The Washington Square Mall, what a great place to be, Detroit Lakes. Horton Sitco, best wishes to the Lakers teams, Highway 10, Detroit Lakes. Standing behind their team is Smith Evanson and Company, certified public accountants. Nelson Ford, your Ford, Lincoln, Mercury, Mazda, and Best Buy dealer in Fergus Falls. And the Park Region Telephone Company, Ottertail Telecom, and Park Region Telephone. Standing by the youth of today for a better tomorrow is Minnesota Motor Company, your Chevrolet, Buick, and Cadillac dealer on South Pebble Lake Road, Fergus Falls. The Computer Place, your authorized Apple Macintosh and IBM compatible sales and service center in Wapaton, Alexandria, and Fergus Falls. Johnson Richards Flooring, North Broadway in Pelican Rapids. Victory Home Sales, a great selection of new and pre-owned homes. West Central Turkeys, get a great career start. Apply today. And Pelican Valley Clinic, a department of Dakota Heartland Health Systems in Pelican Rapids.
Bertha Hewitt taking on the 3-4 New York Mills Eagles in what could be probably one of the finest games wrapping up the season here in the Lakes area. Again, this is a conference matchup against these two, and they may see each other again in the Fargo Dome as playoffs begin early next week. Let's take a quick rundown of some of the offense on the Bertha Hewitt Bears. Got a little music going in the background. That's always kind of a fun deal. Bertha Hewitt offense starting at the tackle, number 66 will be Zane Packard. At the guard, it'll be number 68, Joe Gobert. At the center, number 76, Dave Adams. At the other guard, number 64, Aaron Elgin. And at the other tackle, it'll be number 60, Lee Carrault. At the ends, number 83, Brent Roller, and number 85, Nathan. Rounding out the ends for the Bears, it'll be number 85, Nathan Payne, who will be doing double duty as punter tonight as well. At the other end, Brent Roller, number 83. Quarterback, Neil Oslin for the Bears. Fullback, number 24, Justin Messer, and the halfback will be number 34, Tom Johnson. Kicking off for the Bears will be Zane Packard, along with place kicker Jason Ruoff. For the New York Mills Eagles, starting out on their defensive stance, number 75 will be Josh Parnell. Number 77, Mike Hendrickson. Number 50, Jesse Clinert. Number 66, Corey Becker on the front line for the defense. For the Screaming Eagles, outside linebacker will be Jeremy Crandall. Scott Hugh, number 78, will be on the inside, along with Weller, and the outside linebacker, number 12, Tanner Geeson. And the cornerbacks will be Sam Zutter, along with cornerback Justin Malone, and the strong safety, Mike Holver, number 3, rounding out the defense for the New York Mills Screaming Eagles. As you can see, they're introducing much of the team here, the offensive or the defense for the Bertha Hewitt Bears, rather, and the rest of the team there. I had an opportunity to talk to Peter Butnoff earlier today, and he said that basically his mental concentration is his determination here. These guys got to stay put together here this evening, and they've got to stay in touch with what's going on. He is a new head coach. He was the assistant coach to Matt Rednecke last year, but he's a little bit of a different coach. He's brought in a different system here altogether with. Plus, he's got a little bit more disciplinary versus a little freewheeling type of attitude, and so that's probably made a few changes for New York Mills. They're also a little bit larger than Bertha Hewitt, and Coach Butnoff says they're going to run basically straight at them. Justin Malone, of course, is dangerous when he breaks open free, so they're going to try and get him open out and get him out going quick. And the running backs, if they can go one-on-one with those linebackers, he has a feeling that they can indeed win. He's optimistic about the playoffs, and he's hoping that the Eagles are not overlooking this and looking beyond. It's time to get underway for the first half. Time to kick off. And we're underway. Straight up the middle. Pick up about 17 yards on that return carry for number 44. So the Bears will take the ball for the first possession here on their own 37-yard line. It'll be first down and 10 for the Bears. We're just underway here at Bertha Hewitt for the game of the week here on Lakes Area Television, TV3. Bertha Hewitt with the ball in the dark blue, and the white and blue is the Screaming Eagles from New York Mills. Oslin dropping straight back with a quick out, incomplete. So you never know what these guys, two guys, are going to do. This is a quick little five-yard out and down pattern, which was a very simple play pattern for the Bears. Just something quick to get them out and get them moving. Like Butnorf said, he wasn't sure, how they're going to come out with this. These guys can run, they can pass, and they can do it all. So you're going to see a little bit of everything. Could be a long game if we see a lot of passing. Of course, the incomplete passes will stop the clocks. There's a quick off-tackle play right there. And a nice pickup there of maybe 9.5, maybe 10 yards there. Tommy Johnson on that carry, and they're going to measure right away. So Tom Johnson coming out of the backfield picks up close to 10 yards on the carry. He also had the last reception there as well, incomplete. So we're just underway here at Bertha Hewitt High School. 11:36 remaining in the first quarter. 0-0 is your score. And Bertha Hewitt is short by about 3 inches. So it's going to be third down and inches for the Bears. So the officials are resetting the chain. Third down and inches for the Bertha Hewitt Bears. Again, coming into this contest 6-1, losing the very, very first game of the season. A little bit smaller, a little quicker than the Screaming Eagles. Double slot back position, single lone back. Johnson in motion. Quick handoff up the middle. And he'll have more than enough for a first down. Justin Messer, number 24, picks up about 3 yards. So we'll give Messer 3 yards on that carry. So it'll be first down. And 10 just inside the 50-yard line for the Bertha Hewitt Bears. Not a whole lot of information I can tell you and pass along to you with the Bears. I really didn't have much of a chance to talk to Coach Jim Sutherland today, but we do know, just talking from some of the people around town, they were 8-3 last year and 6-1 already this year. There's a long pass deep, and he's got his man open across the middle. First down at number 25. He's got the 25-yard pickup right there. So that was a pretty good pass by Osland across the middle. Number 7, Kurt Mercer. Mercer with a 25-yard pass reception. So they're 1 for 2 from the passing position for 25 yards tonight. And there's a little reverse motion right there around the outside. Another pickup of about 7.5, maybe 8 yards on the play. Looks like there is a flag on the play. Dave Camacho was the reverse man coming around the left end there. And the penalty on the play going against the Bears. So they'll lose 5 yards on that play. It'll be first down and 15 at the Eagles' 33-yard line. 10 minutes and 35 seconds remaining in the first quarter. 0-0 is your score. We're just underway for this week's game of the week. Osland dropping back. Long bomb up in the air. High floater. That one is almost picked off. Ball was a little bit of a floater system right there. Just kind of hanging in the air, a little bit on the wobbly side by Osland. So that ball intended for Johnson is incomplete. So that's a second pass towards Johnson, but unable to haul either one of them in so far tonight. So 1 for 3 passing for Osland in the quarterback position for the Bears. Second down and about 15. Coming around the right end, a little double reverse, and he's picked up early. Johnson, no place to go. Number 75, cutting across the middle and picking up the defense there for the Eagles. Josh Barnell's making the tackle, getting up into the backfield there. So just a simple double reverse. As you can see, the Bears have come out fresh and early with a couple of slot passes, some down and outs, long bombs here and there. Plus, they've also mixed it up with a couple reverses, double reverses, and even, believe it or not, ran a couple up the middle. Third down and 20. Play action pass. Osland's got a man deep. Ball's thrown a little bit short, but it's going to be caught, and he's tackled down at the 3-yard line. So Payne hauling that one in. So it'll be first down and goal to goal at the 2-yard line for the Bertha Hewitt Bears here this evening. So again, mixing up the passes a little bit. Payne a little bit taller, was able to haul that one in. So about a 33-yard pickup for Payne right there. Messer first one through, and he's going to score a touchdown. Justin Messer with a 2-yard scamper. And he'll go in to score from 2 yards out. So with 9 minutes and 27 seconds remaining in the first quarter, Bertha Hewitt Bears come out quick and fast and score to go up 6-0 over the New York Mills Eagles. New York Mills Eagles, of course, wanting to stay well focused here tonight and try and stay into this game and just keep their discipline and not be distracted by the fact that next week is the playoffs. He's going to get stuffed Two-point conversion is no good at the 9-minute and 27-second mark. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Showing support to our youth of today is the Frazee Care Center, providing the care you deserve. The Burgess State Bank, your friendly hometown bank. Auto Touch, your auto body specialist in Burgess. And Larson's Jack and Jill, offering convenience and variety in Frazee. Standing behind athletics and academics is Burgess Ace Hardware. You need it, we got it, or can get it. Open Sundays 10 to 1. Good and Supermarket, you'll enjoy the change. Downtown Burgess. Simon & Simon, Quality Legal Service of Frazee, and the United Community Bank. You're among friends in Frazee and Perham. Supporting their community and the youth of today is the Pelican Valley Clinic, a department of Dakota Heartland Health Systems. Victory Home Sales, a great selection of new and pre-owned homes. Johnson Richards Flooring, North Broadway in Pelican Rapids. Lending support in all youth activities is Riverview Place for floral and fine gifts in Pelican Rapids. Pear Auto Body, minor or major repairs done right. And West Central Turkeys. Get a great start on your career. Apply today.
Back to Bertha Hewitt High School as the Bears kick off after scoring the first touchdown, taking the lead 6-0. Ball is taken on the 25-yard line. Advanced maybe 6 yards on the return there. So for the offense, you're going to see Brian Kims underneath the quarterback here tonight. In the fullback position, you see J.J. Weller, Tanner Geeson, and Justin Malone, number 20. He's the guy that they're going to be looking to go to tonight, trying to get him some yards tonight. 149 to break 1,000 for the third straight year. Quick outlet pass, incomplete. Up to Jade Berube. No pickup on that play. We'll be second down and 10 from their own 33-yard line as the Eagles tried to counter the Bertha Hewitt Bears' quick score in the first quarter. First man through looked like number 20, Justin Malone there. Didn't look like he had much of a gain there. Ball actually went to number 30, which JJ kind of goes with both numbers there. Either 30 or 60 depending. Tonight he's wearing number 30. So JJ Weller with the pickup there of about a half a yard. We'll give him maybe a yard on that one. JJ with a pickup of maybe 1 for third down and 9. Now JJ Weller, a good fullback running up the middle. The Eagles are going to want to try and penetrate and get off the line quick in order to get to those linebackers. And they think if they go one-on-one with their running backs, they have a chance to win. Drop back to pass. Nice spiral wide open down the line, but just a little bit too much gun in that pistol there. Brian Kims out throws number 12. So that'll bring up fourth down and 9 for the Eagles. They'll probably punt here because they are deep in their own zone right now. Punter number 3, Mike Pulver. Mike Pulver to be kicking off for the Eagles. Pulver at his own 20. Good snap, ball's kicked, little wobbly. Looks like it's going back to the 30s. Ball's back to the 25, running back to the 20. Trying to get up ahead of steam. He's back to the 15, comes back all the way around the other end. And he makes it out to about the 42-yard line. Back to the 42-yard line. Comes Kneisel. So Kneisel with 42, but there is a flag on the play. Number 6, Peter Joby with the stop. And it is going to be clipping against the Bears, so they're going to take it back to the point of the infraction right now. So about a 35-yard punt originally before Kneisel fumbled the ball and then had to run all the way back to his 15 and made it all the way back to the 42-yard line. But they were penalized with a clip, so they're going to be first and 10 from their own 10-yard line. So fortunate for the Eagles with the penalty there to push them all the way back to the Bears' 10-yard line. Oslin under center. And he drops straight back to pass. They're coming out of the gun right away. He's got a man open. There's Payne again. Payne tackled. Nice pickup of about 22 yards for Payne again tonight. That's Payne's second catch already on the night. .55 yards on 2 receptions for Nathan Payne. It'll be first down and 10 at the 31-yard line for the Bertha Hewitt Bears. So, no surprises here. It's locked and loaded. Oslin, a pretty good quarterback, got a nice solid arm. Gets deep into the... Drops back in the pocket really quick. His offensive line, you got to give him really a lot of credit there for getting back. They're going to call encroachment against the Eagles, so the Eagles are going to get a 5-yard penalty right away. That'll bring up first down and 5 for the Bears. So the Eagles, in their first possession, unable to move the ball more than a half a yard at all. And the Bears moving at will. This is their second possession. They lead this game 6-0 with 7:50 remaining in the first quarter. Man in motion, gets trapped and cut down. Tommy Johnson knocked down in the backfield. So there'll be no pickup for Johnson there. Maybe they might even give him, they give him about a 3-yard loss, as a matter of fact. They're going to drop Tommy back about 3 yards, so it'll be second down now and 7 for the Bears. Time ticking with 7:20 remaining in the first quarter. Good play by number 75, Josh Barnell's there. Able to penetrate the line and get out in front of Johnson. Drag him to the ground for a 3-yard loss. And here they come again in the air. Across the middle, good pass. Couldn't get it. Well, I'd have to say that Johnson is their go-to man here this evening. Given he's ran the ball twice, he's been a receiver 3 times. Just about every receiver was wide open on that one. A little breakdown of coverage there. Third down and 9 for the Bears. So tough break there. Johnson wide open coming across the middle. Oslin just a little bit high on that throw, unable to get the ball to him. And he's going to come straight back. Looks like a screenplay to me. And the blitz is on, and he got him. No doubt about that. Number 30, J.J. Weller. Coming out of the linebacker position, blitzing up the middle, and pushing the ball way back down to the place of origin here. Before the penalties and the pass receptions, he's back to the 10. It's fourth down and, say, 31 yards. 4th and 31, so a loss, a big loss there of 21 yards. Pulver deep, but that ball's not going to get anywhere. But he gets a bare bounce, and it's going to get all the way out to the 42-yard line. So a 32-yard kick and 32 yards net for no return. Payne unable to return the ball, so a good kick actually for 32 yards for Nathan Payne, the punter for the Bears. It'll be first down and 10. This will be the New York Mills' second possession of the evening. The first possession, they were unable to move the ball at all. They got about a half a yard pickup, and that was about all they were able to move. Okay, the ball goes off to Justin Malone straight up the middle. He's wearing number 8 tonight. He's going to pick up about 3 yards on the play, so it'll be about second down and 7 for the Eagles. Eagles in the power formation here. 3-man backfield. And that ball goes out to Justin Malone again. He's breaking to the outside very quick. Can get down and break it on the outside. He's going to get hauled down by Payne, number 85. And he's going to be down to about the 19-yard line. So a pickup of about 19 yards for Justin Malone. And if you're keeping track, it's his second carry on the night for 22 yards. He needs 149 to break 1,000 yards on the season for the third straight season. Third man through, Justin Malone just keeps on stepping. And he's going to pick up about another 7 yards. It'll be second down and 3 for the Eagles. So the Screaming Eagles starting to ruffle their feathers here a little bit to move the ball down the field. Their first possession was pretty much stalemated. We're unable to move the ball at all. 4:55 remaining in the first quarter. 6-0 is your score as the Bertha Hewitt Bears scored on their very first possession. Back to Malone again. So a pickup of maybe 1.5 yards there. It's going to bring up third and maybe 1 yard. 3rd and 1 for the Eagles at the Bears' 10-yard line. The Eagles, of course, with a little bit bigger offensive line, hope to keep punishing up the middle in hopes that they can break something through. Number 12, second man through with the ball. He's unable to go anywhere. So Gozen unable to move the ball on that down. Let's see if they give him, how much they give him there at all. Did they give him any? He said he might have got maybe 1/2 yard there. So Gozen maybe picking up 1 yard on their chains coming in. They're going to measure on this one. 4:04 remaining in the first quarter. It's going to be about a foot short. So about a foot short brings up 4th down for the Screaming Eagles. And of course, I have a pretty good indication, pretty good feeling that they'll be going for it here on this play. Official timeout as they reset the chains over on the sidelines. And now, Kim's under center in that power formation backfield. And he's going to run it straight up the middle himself. He'll have more than enough. He should have more than enough. So he's going to pick up maybe a 1 yard on that one. Let's see where they spot that ball. Kind of a spot they give him on that one. Well, that's a pretty good spot, actually. They're going to give him 2 yards on that. So it'll be first and goal to go at the 8-yard line. So Kim's on the quarterback keeper right up the middle for a 2-yard pickup. Okay, they've spread him wide out. Number 2 is Berube. Pulver wide to the left. And up the middle comes big rambling number 30, J.J. Weller. Now he's going to get down to about the 2-yard line, so it's going to be 2nd and 2, excuse me, from the 2-yard line. So a pickup of about 6 yards for J.J. Weller. Trying to do one thing at a time. That's my key. I'm doing 2 things at a time, actually. I'm actually trying to think and talk, which we know that can be difficult at times. Here it is. 2nd goal to goal. J.J. Weller, second man through. Here he comes, and they just spread it out. Touchdown for J.J. Weller on the 2-yard keeper by Weller. So Weller on his 3rd carry from scrimmage on night. He's got 3 carries for 9 yards. That one's good for 6. 6 points, that is. 6-6 is your score. 3 minutes and 5 seconds remaining in the first quarter as New York Mills comes back on their 2nd possession to tie this game up. Okay, the Eagles passing on the extra point attempt and the 1-pointer. They decide to go for 2. There's a misdirection play. Kim's unable to go anywhere. Not really sure what happened there, but someone went the wrong way. 6-6 is your score. 3:05 remaining in the first quarter. We'll have the kickoff coming up in 60 seconds.
Your game of the week is made possible by Neil's Floor Store, your floor store putting you first. Trump Framing for all your framing needs. Mexican food at its finest, Miguel's of Detroit Lakes, and the Main Street Restaurant, pie and coffee specials daily of Detroit Lakes. Supporting all area teams, it's Barefoot Sportswear of Detroit Lakes. Detroit Paint and Glass for all your home decorating needs. Sunflower Hill, unique gifts, lunch, coffee, and espresso. And Lakes Abstract Company for all your title needs in Becker County. Supporting youth activities is Tweeden Refrigeration, your commercial refrigeration and air conditioning specialist. The Washington Square Mall, what a great place to be, Detroit Lakes. Orton Sitco, best wishes to the Lakers teams, Highway 10, Detroit Lakes.
High School, Johnson taking this one on the kickoff. So the kickoff following the New York Mills Eagles touchdown, Johnson will bring the ball back out to about the 34-yard line. And that's where the Bears will start it all up again. The Bears on their first possession, scrambling about 70 yards for a touchdown, working the ball very, very well. In their second possession, they were moving the ball fairly well, got penalized a couple of times, and had to punt the ball away. So not a whole lot of room up the middle there. So Nathan Bertram on the carry up the middle there for a pickup of about 2 yards. It'll be second down and 8 yards to go for the Bertha Hewitt Bears. 2 minutes and 33 seconds as the clock continues to tick here in the first quarter. Oslin with the handoff quickly to Johnson. Johnson breaks a hole. He's got 1 tackle, 2 tackles. Say goodnight. And he's got a first down and a pickup of about 13 yards. So that kind of helps a little bit. That's his third carry on the night. He had 1 carry for -3 yards there. So he picked up 13 on that one. So he's got 20 yards on the night with 3 carries. And he's been thrown to 3 different times too. A couple of them were a little bit high for him and overthrown. So 2:11 left with a first down at midfield for the Bertha Hewitt Bears. Oslin under center. And he rolls out. Nowhere to go on that one, though. Number 77 come cruising in there. Mike Hendricks sneaking through the backfield there. Dropping Oslin for a loss of about 5 yards. Tough play there. Well, that's the second time that they've come through. J.J. Weller came through on a blitz earlier and dropped a loss to Oslin for about 25 yards in their last possession. Now this one, that's the second time they've gotten to him. It looked like it was going to be a simple rollout with a quick option. But the defense, Hendricks, able to get in there and shut him down before he could dish the pass off. There's a quick pitch out to Johnson to the outside. He's going to cut back to the inside. 1 man to beat. Nice fancy move to the inside. Another fancy move. He'll spin in the roll. He's going to have more than enough for the first down. 21 yards for Johnson. So he started wide to the right on a quick pitch to the option to the outside. Got his end out in front of him a little bit. Was able to give him some blocking power to the inside there. Nathan Payne able to keep the quarterback contained. He cut back inside and just cut right back into the middle for 21 yards. So first down at the Eagles' 32-yard line as the Bears continue to move the ball and threaten on their third possession. And there's a handoff to the outside going the other direction. And we've got an injury on the field. Jeremy Payne picked up maybe 8 yards on that carry. And we've got a player down on the field. With 40 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Bertha Hewitt Bears threatening on their third possession. They got about 9 yards on that carry. The score is tied at 6-6. We have an injury on the field. We'll be back in 60 seconds. Jeremy Payne walking off on his own accord here. Looks like he got things twisted up a little bit. His foot maybe got twisted up on that last carry. He picked up 9 yards. That'll give the Bears a second down and 1. He's walking off the field, so he's doing okay. They're going to check things out a little bit, make sure everything's fine. Clock continues to tick in the first quarter here. 29 seconds remaining. They will get the snap off. Johnson hit at the line, breaks 1 tackle, almost gets through for another tackle. He'll have more than enough. He picks up about 5 yards for the first down. So Johnson, another 5-yard carry. Johnson is just tearing up the ground here. Hit at the line, but was able to shake off 1 tackle and just kept right on going. A little shoestring tackle there at the end was the only thing preventing him from going for 6 more. This clock continues to tick. We're down to about 10 seconds in the first quarter. Let's see if they can get the play off before the end of the first quarter. So Oslin under center. And that is going to do it right there. They didn't get it done. So at the end of the first quarter, we're tied. for Lakes Area Television TV3's Game of the Week. The score, New York Mills 6 and Bertha Hewitt 6. Back in 30 seconds. Up 6-0. The Eagles coming back in their second possession to tie the game up. Now, Bertha looking into the end zone quick to Nathan Payne. He can't find him. So Oslin, nice pass by Oslin. Looked like he had plenty of time in the background there. Three for 7 for Oslin. Oslin is 3 for 7 with about 79 yards on the night. So the 3 out of the 7, the numbers aren't fantastic, if you will, but the yardage in itself is enough to keep the Bears moving. So they've got second down coming up and 10. Quick pitch out to Tommy Johnson. He's been running wild, and there he is again. He's breaking tackles. Ran into his own man there. Ran into his own guy and almost got sideswiped, but he actually took out his own guy. So he's going to pick up about 5 yards on the carry. So Johnson with another 5 yards will make it 3rd and 5.5. 3rd and 5.5 for the Bertha Hewitt Bears on the New York Mills Eagles 14-yard line. 6-6 is your score here in the second quarter. It's been a relatively fast-moving ball game here tonight. There's been a lot of mixed-up plays and a lot of things going on, a lot of pass plays, a lot of rollouts. And there's a quick trap right there, and he's going to pick up maybe. Well, where are they going to spot him? They're going to give him maybe 2. So Bertram's going to pick up 2 more yards. So he's 2 carries for 4 yards, 2 carries apiece. So 4th down. Bears going to go for it now. 4th down and 2 from the 10-yard line of the New York Mills Eagles here in the second quarter. And we've got a timeout on the field. The Bears decide to take a timeout with 10:44 remaining in the second quarter. The score 6-6. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Yep.
And it is 4th down and 2 for the Bears. Rolling out, Oslin out to Johnson. A quick screen to the outside. He's going to break a tackle, and he's going to go in for 6 from 10 yards out. So 4th down and 2 conversion turns into 6 points for Johnson. So Johnson with his first actual reception on the night and is going to pick up 10 yards on that reception. That's the 4th time they've thrown to Johnson. The first one that he's been able to get his hands on a quick rollout screen to Johnson there. Nice little bit of fancy footwork there by Johnson. Johnson's a very impressive running back here this evening. He's been able to break a lot of tackles and go around a lot of people, so picking up a lot of yards. They're going to go for the 2-point conversion. Across the middle, Nathan Payne should be 2, and it is. No, excuse me, that is not Payne on the reception right there. That's number 81, Ryan Samuelson with the 2-point conversion. Number's a little bit tough to see on the red on the blue background there. So he's going to go in and score the 2-point conversion. So the Bertha Hewitt Bears take the lead 14-6 here early in the second quarter. So 10:38 remaining in the second quarter. Bertha will be kicking off, and kicking off will be Zane Packard, number 66. He should be kicking off, and returning should be Dylan Page along with Kurt Mersaw, number 22 for the Eagles. Looks like they're going to get a little bit of help back here as well. The Eagles are also going to drop back. They've got Kurt back there. Is that Dylan Page over there? Sure looks like it's Dylan Page over there. And he kicked it just straight out of bounds. Flag on the play. Let's see if they take the penalty or if they decide to push them back a little bit. Of course, they could push them back 5 yards, make them kick it again, then try and get a better return on it, or they can take it first down at their own 35-yard line. Well, a decision hasn't yet been made. Ball was kicked directly out of bounds. They're going to take it first down and 10 at their own 35 instead of taking the penalty and having them re-kick the ball. So the Eagles will start off at their own 35-yard line. 10:38 remaining in the half. 14-6 is your score as Bertha Hewitt takes the lead on that last 10-yard screen pass to Johnson. Kim's under center, 3-man backfield. And they're going to give it to Malone right away up the middle. He's got really nowhere to go. Maybe a pickup of maybe 1 yard for Justin Malone. I think you're going to see just a lot of handoffs to Malone. They're going to try and get him out into the open here a little bit, try to get him into the outside a little bit. The key for him is to just keep plugging away. He's one of those backs that if you give him the ball enough, sooner or later he is going to pick a hole, he's going to find a hole, and then he's going to be off to the races. So Justin Malone needs 149 yards on the night in order to break 1,000 yards, as we said earlier in the telecast. There goes Malone to the outside. He's going to get hauled down for no gain. So we've got a third down situation and maybe 9 yards to go for the New York Mills Eagles. Kind of reminds me of their first series of downs. The first series they were unable to move the ball at all. In their second series they were able to drive the ball. They were able to move the ball very, very well. They spread out their offense a little bit. Were able to make some things happen on offense and finally took it in for 6 points. There's going to be a penalty flag on the play. And it'll be encroachment against the defense for the Bears. That'll cost them 5 yards, so it'll be 3 yards and 4. 3 yards and 4 for the Eagles. The Eagles missing a couple guys tonight. They lost starter Cody Gieser to a broken foot last week versus Browerville, and Josh Peterson's going to see minimal action today, if any at all, for the Eagles. They're 3-4 in the season for the Eagles. 2-man in formation. In motion, that would be an illegality. So that would be illegal motion against the Eagles as both guys go in motion, and it'll cost them 5 yards, so they'll come right back and negate that. So we've got a penalty against the Eagles for 5 yards. It'll be back to 3rd down and 9 for the Eagles. Kim's going to drop back to pass. He's got a huge rush. Nice pass across the middle. Intended for number 3, Mike Pulver, but Mike Pulver was unable to catch that ball. That was a big needed to catch type of ball. 4th down and 9 for the Eagles. 8:45 remaining in the half. A lot of pressure on quarterback Kim's there. He was able to stay in the pocket, stayed up, just stood right up in front of the offense there and took a hit as he released the ball, but he had a nice pass, just a little bit behind, but not too bad. Pulver is going to kick the ball. Kind of a shaky little kick there. And that ball is going to be returned, and it is going to be returned quick as Cody Kneisel takes it to the outside, brings it all the way back to the 35-yard line. So he took it at about his own 35-yard line and took it back across the midfield to the Mills 35-yard line. So a pretty good return there. A lot of 30-yard return for Kneisel on the punt return. So the Bears start off again from good field position of the Mills. Johnson in motion, roll quick out to the right. Same play that they scored on last time. They decoyed Johnson across the middle. And this time they went to number 1, Billy Davis. Three for 8 on the night for Osland, so they have not been afraid to go to the air tonight for the Bears. Here's a quick punch out to Johnson to the right side. Hit quick and hit hard by J.J. Weller, sneaking through. Scratch that, make that Jerome Crandall, number 33. Yeah, the eyes just aren't what they used to be, I can tell you right now. Surely look like number 30, but when you're cross-eyed, it looks like 33. So Josh Crandall with the tackle on that play for no gain for Johnson on that one. And quick drop. And he's got Nathan Payne out there. So Payne, with 2 big catches early in the game for 33 and 22, is unable to haul that one in. Of course, you get somebody like Justin Malone kind of running right alongside with you. Malone kept him to the inside. The ball was thrown just a little bit long and over his back. Plenty of distance on it. 4th down and 10 for the Bears. Dropping straight back to pass again. He's got a man open, Johnson. Oh, and he is hit. And looked like, looked like he was hurt there for a second, but he was just giving his defender, number 3, Mike Bauer, just a little bit of a hard time there. So Johnson now, he's been thrown to 5 times. He's caught the ball 1 time for 10 yards. He was open there. The ball was thrown obviously a little bit high, just a little bit above his head, pulverizing him and knocking the ball loose. So it'll be a turnover on downs with 7 minutes and 46 seconds remaining in this second quarter. There's a quick pitch out to Malone. Malone drops the ball, and he's hit in the backfield. Able to pick up maybe another yard or so. Couldn't get back to the line of scrimmage, though. So on the pitch thrown just a little bit behind Malone. Malone dropping the ball and able to recover. So it'll be 2nd down and 13 now for the Eagles. Nothing fancy about that play. Takes a loss of about 3 yards on that one. Kims is going to slide up under center in the power formation. They're going to give it to the 3rd man through, Justin Malone. He gets hit to the line, bounces back, and picks up about another 3 yards. So he's going to take this 3 yards back that he just lost. It's going to be 3rd down and 10 yards to go for the Eagles. 6:52 remaining in the second quarter. 14-6 is your score. And it looks like the Eagles are going to take a timeout here with 3rd down and 10 coming up. They definitely need to move the ball. 6:46 remaining in the second quarter. 14-6 is your score as the Bertha Hewitt Bears lead this contest. 14-6. We'll be back in 60 seconds. Unofficially 10 yards. It's probably not going to be enough, though. So it should bring up 4th down and just inside a yard. So they gave him a spot back a little bit, so he's going to get about 9 yards on that. So just basically coming out of the timeout there. Quick pitch out to Malone to the outer wing out there to the left side. Was able to pick up 9 yards, so it'll bring up 4th down and inside a yard for the Eagles. They're trailing this contest 14-6 here on your game of the week. And Kims is just going to take it straight up the middle, depending on where the spot is. One official is got him spotted inside, the other one's got him spotted outside, and they're going to give him the 1st down. So Kims is going to get the 1-yard carry there. So he's got 2 carries for 3 yards, both of them resulting in 1st down. The clock now continuing to run here in the first half. 6:27. Time beginning to tick now. 3-man backfield in the power veer formation. Take off to Weller up the middle. And the 2nd man, Gozen, number 12, Tanner Gozen. He's only seen the ball once earlier tonight, but he's going to pick up almost 5 yards on that carry right there. So a nice little carry. 2nd man through. For Gozen, 5 yards on that pickup. He's got 2 carries for 6 yards on the night. 5:50 remaining in the second quarter. 14-6 as the Bears lead this contest. And they're going to give it to Justice Malone coming up the back, just following his fullback right up the middle. He's going to pick up maybe 5 yards on the carry. If they spot this ball in the right spot, I'm guessing they're going to give Malone 5 yards, and that should be enough for a 1st down. So 1st down and 10 for the Eagles at the Bears' 42-yard line. The Eagles come into this contest with 11 returning starters. They've got a lot of guys that are playing. A lot of the seniors are playing on the offense and the defense. So they got a lot of experience in here, whereas you come in the other direction and you've got the Bertha Hewitt Bears, who have a lot of younger players, a lot of juniors and sophomores on this team. They've got a couple of seniors on there, some team captains and leaders, keeping this team in good shape mentally and physically. And of course they are 6-1 on the season and doing rather well. The Eagles, 3-4 on the season. They started out a little bit slow, but they feel like they're coming on strong and playing better and better each and every game. So this indeed is going to be a good contest here, as the first half has about 4.5 minutes remaining in it. So Justin Malone is going to get another carry up the middle. He's going to pick up maybe 6 yards on that carry. Didn't get anything on his last carry from scrimmage. He's got 6 yards on that one. So it's just definitely giving it to Malone, to Malone, to Malone, to Malone, to Malone. It's going to bring up third down, 4 yards to go. 3rd down and 4 for the Eagles. Miller goes into Malone in the backfield. Up under center is Kims. There goes in motion, and that should be enough to pull someone off. Bears, of course, saying that it's against the Eagles. The Eagles moved, and that's going to cost them 5 yards. Toto's going to pull it all the way back to almost the 40-yard line here. 5-yard penalty against the Eagles. Man in motion. Set the left tackle in motion as well. So the second penalty on the Mills Eagles. 3rd down and 9. Quick pitch to Justin Malone. He's not going to pick up anything there. So it's 4th down and 9 yards to go for the Eagles. 3 minutes and 25 seconds remaining in the first half. The Eagles trailing this contest 14-6. They're going to go for it. They figure they got 60 yards to go the other direction if they don't get it. And they feel that they're confident they can get there. He's going to drop straight back to pass. A lot of pressure coming in from the outside. That one's going to be knocked down. So Pulver unable to hold on to that one. Kneisel was able to stick his hand in there and break that one up real quick. A lot of pressure coming in from the defense on Kims on that play. So the failure to get the first down on the 4th down conversion will turn the ball over on downs. And now the Bears, with 3 minutes and 8 seconds left in the first half, will again try to move the ball and charge and see if they can't get some more points on the board before half. Here comes the outside handoff to number 20. Camacho. So that's the first time Dave Camacho's got a hold of the ball. Pick up maybe a yard there. 2nd down and 9 as the clock just continues to tick. They're not in too much of a rush right now. They got a 14-6 lead. 1 man in motion. That's Johnson. They're going to roll out to the right. They're going to Johnson. His second reception of the night is going to be, I was going to say, enough for maybe a first down. He cuts himself back into the field of play there. Maybe cost himself half a yard or so. Now we're going to probably have a measurement. Instead of going forward on that one, he was trying to do a little fancy footwork. That one might have cost him the first down there. Yep, they're going to call him short on that pass. So Johnson is only going to get about 8 yards on that reception there. That's going to bring up 3rd down and just about a half a yard for the Bears. 1 minute and 54 seconds remaining in the half. Doesn't seem like they're in too much of a hurry to get the ball down the field or in the end zone for that matter. They must feel quite comfortable with the fact that they've got the lead right now. So Messer with a little scamper up the middle. He's enough for about 3.5. Give him 4 yards. We'll give Messer 4 yards on that carry. And that should be enough for the first down and more as they cross midfield. 1 minute and 35 seconds remaining in the first half here. It's the Bears now first down and 10 at the Eagles' 47-yard line. And now the Bears decide to take a timeout with 1 minute and 28 seconds left. So maybe now they're going to mix things up a little bit and try and move it down the field a little bit quicker. With 1 minute 28 remaining in the first half, your score. The Bertha Hewitt Bears 14 and the New York Mills Eagles 6. Coming into this game, Coach Butnoff from the Mills team was fairly optimistic. Like he says, he's been coming on kind of strong here towards the end of the season. They were kind of playing just a little bit on the shaky side earlier in the year, and they're kind of picking things up a little bit, eliminating some of the mistakes, having a little more execution, and just kind of remaining with the mental concentration. His only concern was that he wanted to make sure these guys didn't look past this number 1 ranked Bertha Hewitt Bears team, because as Butnoff said, this is where the trip to the Fargo Dome begins, right here, because this is a good tune-up, it's a good warm-up for the playoffs. He went to the captains, he says, hey, you guys need to step this up and talk about the pride situation here and just get this team fired up, because it would be a great win at the end of the season to get us fired up and get us into playoffs next week. There's a long pass deep. That ball is broken up, almost intercepted. So Mike Bulver in the right place at the right time. That one was intended for Nathan Payne. And Nathan Payne now, his last 3 attempts, nothing. His first 2 receptions by Payne were for 33 and 22. The last 3 have gone for naught. Not a bad pass, a little bit on the short side there, coming off of Neil Ostlund. So Ostland's percentage slowly going down here. They're not afraid to pass the ball, but he's just not having the best of luck here as of late. Now, what can you say about Johnson there? He was hit at the line, stopped, looked like he was stopped maybe 2 yards past the line, right around the middle linebacker, gave a little extra lunge, picked up about another 6 yards. Tommy Johnson's an impressive young man. He just keeps running the ball, and he scampers here and scampers there, and he's an intricate part of the offense. He's been on the other end of the pass. He's been basically the key to the offense here tonight for the Bears. 48 seconds remaining in the half. 3rd down and 5 for the Bears. And here comes the blitz straight up the middle. He gets loose. Ostlund breaks loose. He's going to get his man open over here. Nathan Payne, and gets out of bounds. He should have enough for the first down. Looked like he picked up about 7 on that one. So about a 7-yard carry, 33 seconds remaining in the first half. Nathan Payne completes that reception from Neil Ostlund. So already tonight they've gone to the air 14 times. Most teams are lucky to do that in a season, let alone in one half. So they've gone to the air 14 times. 7 of 14. So he's at about 500. I guess that's not too bad. 50% completion rate. Here comes a lot of pressure from the outside. That ball is going to go long and overthrown by a little bit of everyone there. Billy Davis, the intended receiver there. That's his second attempt for naught as well. So they've gone to Davis twice across the middle there, deep, unable to get it to him. That'll bring up 2nd down and 10 for the Bertha Hewitt Bears with 28 seconds remaining in this half. Getting a little advice from the coach here. Ostlund trying to take a play from the sideline here. Be a big mental victory here for the defense of the Eagles if they can shut down the Bertha Hewitt Bears here and go into this locker room with just a 14-6 deficit. There's a quick rollout to the outside. Ostlund got a man wide open deep. Couldn't get it. Davis, the intended receiver again. So Ostlund with a nice little quarterback keeper, little sneak play there. Had the ball tucked away and hid to his backside there. Kind of deked out the defense a little bit, made it look like it was just a quarterback keeper itself. Davis slid into the backfield there, was open, but on the run, tough pass for Neil Ostlund to complete there. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 10 for the Bears. So the Bears actually doing fairly well moving the ball, having a little bit of a hard time here now in this possession, trying to complete some passes here. And from the backside is number 66. Let's see if they call that down. Let's see if they call that down on that one. A lot of pressure from number 66, Corey Becker, on that one. That one was recovered by number 50, Jesse Clinert. I got to tell you on that one, it looked like he had a little forward motion going on that one. Looked like Osland had that ball. He was cocked and ready to go on that one, and they call that a fumble, so they're gonna give the fumble to New York Mills. Corey Becker is going to get that one. So with 15 seconds remaining in this first half, New York Mills is going to take the ball over at about their own 45-yard line. Trailing 14-6. We got one wide left, one wide right. Man in a slot position. And they are going to drop back the pass. Here comes some pressure from the backside. That was going to be up the middle, almost picked off. Right across the middle there, number 45. Just looking up and almost threw it right in his hands, Bertram. Just a little bit over his head, so that pass is incomplete. 5 seconds ticked off, second down and 10. So I'm really not sure who you give credit to the pass on that one. Ball was thrown just kind of a little bit behind everybody there. And he's going to drop back to pass again. He's got plenty of time. Looks like he's going for a bomb. He's got Justin Malone wide open. That should have been a penalty there. Nathan Payne picks that ball off. He's got a lot of blockers out in front of him. He cuts back to the outside again. And he's going to pick up a good return here, but not enough. He's going to return that ball all the way to 30. Justin Malone hit hard on that last play. So the interception by Payne returned all the way back to the 30. Eagles here on the game of the week. 14-6 is your score. The Bears lead this contest. They'll be kicking off. Zane Packard with the kickoff. That one's going to be short fielded there, but then picked up by Dylan. Dylan Page with the return on that on the rub-a-dub-dub there. Scrub, if you will. So they're going to return the ball maybe about 5-6 yards there to the New York Mills. Eagles will take the ball over at their own 35. First down and 10 for the Eagles to trail this contest 14-6. In the first half for the Eagles, well, a few good things happening on the offense. Of course, 13 carries, 53 yards for Justin Malone, number 8, as we start our second half and our first play from series. And he's tripped up at the scramble, or at the scrimmage line there. Didn't really pick up much. He might have got about a half a yard. I don't even know if we can even give him a half a yard on that one. Weller, 3 carries for 9 yards. Gozen, 2 carries for 6 yards. And Varub, 2 carries for 0 yards. Kim's picked up 2 carries for 3 yards. So both of those were conversions on fourth downs and enough to get them the first down and complete or continue their series of downs. Gozen in motion. Malone with the carry, and he's tripped up again. Pick of maybe 2 yards on that one. So Malone with 2 straight carries in the second half here. Third down and 6. He picks up about 3 yards on that one. He's getting tripped up just a little bit on this line of scrimmage there as he comes cutting through, but I think he's cutting through more, and he's getting tripped up more by legs than he is by tackles. They're going to go the other direction on this one. And Gozen's going to pick up maybe 1, maybe 2 yards on that carry. So now he is going to give them about a 4th down and 3. Now a big decision. Here they come. Here comes the kicking team for the New York Mills Eagles. So this is the first time you'll see the Mills team punting on the night. In the second half, rather. 10 minutes and 21 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Pulver will be kicking off. Of course, Kneisel had a 30-yard punt return earlier. Nice boot. Beautiful kick. He's going to take it at his own 25. Waiting for some blockers. He's got nobody out in front of him, but he's up across the 30, up to the 35, so a pick up of about 11 yards. So Kneisel with another 11-yard return on that one will give them pretty decent field position. They'll take first down and 10 at their own 36-yard line. So another 11-yard return by Kneisel. Had that 30-yarder earlier in the first half, which gave them excellent field position. Unable to convert. for the touchdown. 14-6 is your score as the Bears lead this contest with 9 minutes and 55 seconds in the third quarter. Couldn't move the ball there on their possession there. The New York Mills Eagles unable to move the ball at all. In the first half was much of the same as they came out with the first possession there. They took the ball in the first possession, moved the ball maybe 1 to 2 yards and had to punt right away. And now we start the second half with much of the same. So now it is time for Neil Oslin and the boys to move the ball back the other direction for the Bears. Bears, of course, 6-1. And there's running across the middle, number 24, Justin Messer. Now, Messer only carried the ball just a couple of times there in the first half. But he picked up about 11 yards on that one. So Messer carried the ball 3 times for 9 yards. That carry right there, 11 yards on that carry. So 1 carry for 11 yards, more than he got in the whole first half. But still moving the ball for the Bears. See if they move it around and mess things up a little bit. Penalty on the play. Probably be offsides. And the Bears move just before the snap of the ball, so they'll push them back 5 yards. That negates a good run by Messer right there. It's going to be first down and 15 for the Bears. The Bears in the first half had 2 penalties for 20 yards. One of them was a big clip penalty early in the first half. So Oslin pulling up under center again. Quick screen out to Nathan Page on the outside. And he is going to pick up maybe about 2 yards on that play, maybe 1.5 yards. So the Eagles collapsed quickly on that one. It looked like it was just a quick out there to Nathan Payne, who was just on the line of scrimmage out there. They're going to give him the ball, just let him kind of take off and run for himself. So he picks up about 1 yard on that reception right there. He got 3 balls in the first half for a total of 62 yards. Big production from Nathan Payne early in the ball game. Oslin, of course, going 6 for 16 with 105 yards on the first half. And that ball's going to go through to the second guy, through Messer. So Messer again picking up maybe 2 yards on that play. They're going to give him 3 yards on that one. 3-yard carry for Messer brings up third down and 9 now for the Bears. They're approaching midfield with 8 minutes and 15 seconds remaining in the first half here at Bertha Hewitt High School as we bring you the Lakes Area Television Game of the Week. This is the last game for the Game of the Week for football anyhow. We'll resume coverage with some high school basketball in a couple of weeks. Now Nate Bertram is able to pick up maybe another about 3 yards there. He had 2 carries early in the first half for 4 yards, a total of 4 yards for Bertram in the first half. This time he takes it up for a 3-yard gain. It's going to leave them still a little bit short. They're going to be fourth down and call it 3 on the 47-yard line of the Eagles. So Bertha Hewitt in the first half able to move the ball fairly well. They'll be punting the ball. Payne with the punt. Nice end over end going to the corner. That one might not be recovered. Gets out of the way. The ball takes a bare bounce, and it goes all the way down to the 10-yard line. So nice move there. Mike Pulver getting just a little bit too close to that punt reception. The ball hit the ground and didn't just bounce out of bounds. It took a bare bounce and kind of rolled towards him. Pulver had to jump up in the air and get out of the way, barring a fumble, which would have been very damaging for the Eagles here in the early part of the second half. 14-6 is your score. 7 minutes and 10 seconds. So the Eagles starting deep in their own end zone, 10-yard line. First down and 10 for the Eagles. Goes in motion. They're going to give it to Malone coming out of the backfield. He's going to pick up about 7 yards. So Malone with the third carry of the second half. He's got 10 yards on the second half, 63 total. So he's about 80-something yards away from breaking that record of 1,000 yards 3 consecutive years in a row. I know his team is pulling for him hard, and of course a victory would be nice for the Eagles as well. but I think the Bears may have something to say about that, who are 6-1 on the season and lead the conference. So Malone is going to take the ball again, and he's going to run out of bounds at about the 22-yard line. Make that first down and 10 at the 22-yard line, so that's enough for about 4 more yards for Malone. Kneisel with the tackle there. Kim's under center, pretty much just handling the offense, the signal caller for him. He's got 2 rushes on the night. And here comes Malone again with a quick trap up the middle. Might pick up maybe a yard on that one. Definitely doing a lot better, making a lot more progress as they go off tackle and off end and around the outside here this evening. The Bertha Hewitt Bears, normally a quicker ball club than the Mills team, who's actually got a pretty good-sized front line. But they've been handling him up the middle. And surprisingly enough, the Eagles have been doing quite well going off tackle and around the end, which is where their opposite strengths seem to be. So Malone again with the carry on that one. I don't even think he even made any movement whatsoever. He is pretty much at the same spot, stopped at the line of scrimmage. He's going to bring up 3rd down and about 7, just outside the 25-yard line of the Eagles. So no gain on that carry for Malone. 3rd down. This time he drops back to pass. A little bit of pressure. Ball's going to get picked up by Nathan Payne. That's a second one, but that's danger. That's wide open. Payne's going to go all the way for a touchdown. 6 points. A 30-yard interception return for Nathan Payne. So Nathan Payne picks it off 30 yards, takes it back for a touchdown. That is his second. That is his second pickoff of the night for Nathan Payne. So that helps out the offense a little bit. Kim's under a lot of pressure there, picked off. So Kim's having tough luck at the passing. That one is kicked a little bit left and no good. The kick is no good. So Jason Ruroff with the point after attempt, I should say, misses it left. 5 minutes and 11 seconds remaining in this quarter. 20-6 is your score. So a lot of pressure on the offense there as the defense kind of collapsed on the offensive line there of the Eagles. And a lot of pressure put on Kim's. Kim's threw the ball a little bit behind and up, enough for Nathan Payne to come up and pick it off around the 30-yard line, take it scooted all the way back down and in for 6 points. And that's where we're at in the third quarter with your score 20-6. Nice end over end kick. That one is going to be taken at about the 10-yard line. He's across the 20 to the 25. Tripped up at about the 25. Falls forward to about the 29-yard line. So Kurt Merso runs that back about 19 yards. It'll bring up first down at the 29-yard line for the Eagles. Nothing to gain, really. Nothing to lose, nothing to gain in this contest as far as the Prairie North division is concerned. Both these teams are pretty much seeded. Bertha Hewitt will be seeded 1 in the conference playoffs. Eagles will be coming in at number 3. So, again, not a whole lot of loss or gain for that matter. J.J. Weller picks up about 5 yards, make that 4 yards on the carry. It'll be 2nd down and 6 for the Eagles. So again, not a whole lot at stake here tonight. It's just a confrontation. But on behalf of the Eagles anyhow, Peter Butnoff, the coach there, who's on his first year here at New York Mills, said that he was really hoping that his captains would step things up and they would get emotionally charged up about this game and not be intimidated by this Bertha Hewitt team, who is, you know, number one in the conference. They're 6-1 on the year, 8-3 they went last year. And the conference, the way it's set up, you could see these two guys squaring off again. But a couple of costly mistakes in this ball game has turned things around, and the Eagles are scrambling for something to do here as they trail this one 20-6 with 4 minutes and 3 seconds remaining in the third quarter. And there's a quick blitz up the middle, and Justin Malone is going to take a drop on that play for about 5 yards. So Malone, recipient of a 5-yard loss on that play. That's going to bring up 4th and 10. So the Bears now, again, looking to get the ball back in their possession after a interception, quick score. Missed the extra point. They're able to shut down the Eagles in a relatively quick form. 4 downs and out. Pulver will kick the ball off, punt the ball for the Eagles. Bullet shot down the middle. Kanies is going to take this one back across the 40 to the 45, across to the 50 to the 45 to the 40. He's out of bounds at about the 43-yard line, but there is a penalty on the play. So Kanies again with about a 17, 18-yard scamper return there on a pretty much of a line drive. Punt. So about a 35-yard punt for Pulver. Returned about 17, 18 yards, but it looks like there's going to be a penalty against the Bears. And at the point of infraction at the 50, looks like they're going to take it all the way back to the 35-yard line. So an illegal block below the waist here. So that's their second penalty here in the second half, and that's worth another 15. They had 2 early in the game for 20 yards, and now they got 2 again for 20 yards to negate a nice return by Kanizel. This one's to Tommy Johnson to the outside. He's going to cut around the corner. Malone is going to curtail him and drop him down. He's got to pick up about 21 yards, but as you can see, there is that little yellow thing lying around out there on the field. Looks like it's going to be a holding penalty against the Bears. So Johnson, first opportunity actually tonight to get the ball to Johnson here in the second half, who's got 8 carries and 57 yards on the night unofficially. And they're going to have a holding penalty. So they're going to take it from the point of infraction and move the ball back here. So again, negating a nice run by Johnson, picking up about 21, maybe 22 yards on the carry. And they're going to push this ball all the way back to the 25-yard line. So it'll be a first down all over again, first down and 20 for the Bears. So they're going basically in the wrong direction here in the second half, although they lead this game 20-6. Just under 3 minutes remaining in the third quarter. So this third quarter moving relatively quickly as the ball has changed hands quickly several times already here in the third quarter. Also with the back to pass across the middle, and that ball is incomplete. Samuelson unable to get a hold of that one. That ball was led out just a little bit out in front of him. And Pulver, again, defending. Intimidating, I think, Samuelson a little bit coming across the middle like that. So the ball was thrown up a little bit high into the outside. So that'll be incomplete to Samuelson. Bertha Hewitt has really spread things out here tonight. It's just unbelievable how many people they've gone to already tonight on the offense, from receivers to running backs. That ball is intended for Johnson. That's going to be incomplete here. Johnson caught 2 balls in the first half for 18 yards. That one goes for naught. Had him wide open. Austin definitely had him wide open. He stumbled coming out of the underneath center there. Took about 2-3 steps, stumbled a little bit, regained his footing. Had plenty of time in the pocket. The pocket was well contained. Threw the ball deep, just a little bit out in front of Johnson for an incomplete pass. That'll bring up third down and 20 for the Bears. The Bears spread 2 wide to the left. And it's going to do a return to Johnson, who's tripped up immediately at the line of scrimmage by number 77, Mike Hendricks. So Hendricks having a pretty good night here tonight. He's been sneaking in the backfield pretty much all night. That is when they can get to him anyhow. So Hendricks really doing the job for the Eagles. Nathan Payne will kick the ball. And to my chagrin and to my surprise, it looks like the New York Mills Eagles will take a timeout. Okay, so 2 minutes and 4 seconds remaining in this third quarter. 20-6 is your score. The Eagles back to return. Nathan Payne to punt. 4th down and 20 for the Bears at their own 25-yard line. Low snap. Ball's kicked. It looks like it's coming straight at us here. This one might even get into the booth here. And that one's going to jump out of bounds at about the 37-yard line. 12-yard kick for Nathan Payne. A 12-yard kick. So a break for the Eagles, the Screaming Eagles, needing something here in the second half to get them charged up and get them started. Well, if this doesn't do it, I don't know what does. They'll take over the ball on the Bears' 37-yard line. So just under 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter, and the Eagles take over with not even having to return the ball in great field position at the Bears' 37-yard line. Let's see if they mix up the offense here just a little bit. Hand off to Justin Malone, pretty much the same old. And Malone might pick up maybe a yard on that carry. So nothing surprising there. Malone's having a little bit of struggle here in the second half. He had 13 carries for 53 yards and couple of nice runs early in the first half. It's a carry of 19, one of 9, one of 7. So far in this half, his biggest carry is 7. So he's got a long way to go to get to 149 yards. Goes in motion. Here comes the pass. Picked up the blitz really nice. Gozen's going to get the pass. He breaks one tackle. Still stumbling. Trying to struggle up. He's up to the 21-yard line. 17-yard pickup. So Gozen with a 17-yard reception there. So Kim is finally completing a pass here in the third quarter here as time begins to tick down with 1 minute and 8 seconds remaining in the third quarter. It'll be 1st down and 10 for the Eagles at their own, or at the Bears' 21-yard line. We're just under a minute now in the third quarter. They'll probably get one more play off here. You can see him going into that 50 defense there. And here comes the big rush, and he's going to go down. And it looks like he threw the ball. I thought maybe he was in the grass, so that should be an incomplete pass. They're going to give him the incomplete pass. It'll stop the clock with 44 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Who that was intended for, I really couldn't tell you. There's a lot of guys standing around, but he was hit and hit hard there. So that brings up 2nd down and 10 for the Eagles. Nothing going there. You saw him coming with the 5-0 blitz coming up the middle there. So they're shifting their defenses around a little bit, trying to mess up the offense here for the Screaming Eagles. Looked like somebody jumped there, got away with that one. Kim's with a misdirection play there. Looks like things got a little messed up there. He's not going to get anything there. So Kim's gets 0, didn't see the flag there. Looked like the end kind of jumped there for the Eagles, but there is no penalty on the play. 29 seconds remaining. The Mills had 2 penalties in the first half for about 10 yards, and Becker recovered a fumble for the New York Mills Eagles in the first half as well. Time is going to tick down. 14 seconds remaining in this third quarter, and we'll see if they even try and get this play off before the end of the third quarter here. And they are going to get it off. Kim's dropping back the pass, a lot of pressure, and he's going down to the ground. So it looks like they're going to set up a screen a little bit, and of course you want to try and let the offensive line kind of come through a little bit there, but I don't think you want them to come that much through. So Nathan Payne in on that one, along with Adam Becker too. So good pressure by the defense.
The switch is on to today's hot new country, Wild Country 4-1. Fewer commercials and more of today's hot new country.
Hey baby, let's go to Vegas. Bet on love and let it ride. I'll buy you tall, tall trees and all the waters and the seas. I'm a fool, fool, fool for you. I've got better things to do.
Hot new country, Wild Country 104.1.
Kim's under center. Lone setback. Weller, more pressure. And they just can't get rid of the ball. They are just not able to get rid of the ball. Jacob Elgin's just coming in hard on the blitz, and they just can't pick it up. J.J. Weller went the other direction and picked up a blocker. Was able to protect the quarterback a little bit there, but boy, I tell you, this last series has just been terrible for the Eagles. The second half, the whole third quarter, their whole series of possessions it was just kind of tough to move the ball at all. The defense from Bertha Hewitt really stepping things up here in the second half already. So they would take over on downs. It'll be first down and 10 at their own 39-yard line. Well, here's a quick pitch to Tommy Johnson, who cuts back to the inside, is able to dodge a tackle and gets hit hard after picking up about 4 yards for Tommy Johnson here in the second half. That's only his second carry on the night. He had 8 carries in the first half for about 57 yards. He's got 2 carries on the night for the second half for 4 yards. 2 receptions for 18 yards for Johnson. So they've kind of mixed things up here a little bit. Again, they're kind of moving things around, mixing things up, getting different players involved here in the second half. Just kind of moving the ball. With the exception of that one interception, not a whole lot of action from either of the offenses here. So Messer with a good pickup there. Picks up about 12 on that carry. First down at the 47-yard line of the Eagles. It usually ends up that way. By the time you start talking about how the offenses have stalled and whatnot, then the offense comes up with a big play. So 11 yards. Give him 11 yards. Messer, 3 carries in the second half. 11, 3, and 11. 25 yards for 3 carries. Nice percentage for Messer here in the second half. Johnson in motion. Quick pitch to the inside, up underneath. And the little sneak play up the middle to Bertram. Picked him up maybe. No, he actually picked up about 4 yards on a play, so that's not a bad little play. So actually, we'll consider that a forward pass because it was indeed a forward pass, so that's a completion for Osland. And a reception for Bertram. It's amazing how that works, isn't it? First man through, Messer. Hit kind of hard there. He might have picked up about 3 yards there. So he said his first carry was 11, his second carry was 3. His third carry was 11, his fourth carry was 3. A little slow getting up. Number 66 for Mills, he's limping around a little bit there. That's Corey Becker. Looks like he got kind of tangled up there in the middle there on that last play. 9 minutes and 51 seconds remaining. Number 6 checks back into the ball game for the Eagles, Joby. So the offense is ready to go. The defense regrouping and replanning and rescheduling it. There goes Tommy Johnson. He's going to cut loose to the outside. He's got Justin Malone to beat. If he can beat him, Malone just kind of grabs him and ropes him to the ground. So that'll be a pickup of 20 yards for Johnson. So a nice carry there. He got to the outside. That's where he's going to be the most dangerous. Justin Malone able to track him down and haul him down. It'll be a first down at the 17-yard line. First and 10 for the Bears at the 17. 9.5 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. 20-6 is your score as the Bertha Hewitt Bears pretty much just dominating this second half here. Almost tackled in the backfield. He's able to get rid of the ball. So you got Mikey Hendricks come charging in there, coming hard for New York Mills. Stops the quarterback in the backfield. Camacho still gets the ball and picks up about a yard. Doesn't seem fair sometimes, does it? There's a handoff to Johnson. Skip to Lou, my darling, and maybe picks up back to the line of scrimmage. So it'll be still 3rd down and 8. So Johnson with a rare nil on that carry there. As the clock continues to roll, 8 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in the game. 20-6 with the Hewitt Bears. Again, pretty much commanding this second half here. They've stepped up their defense quite a bit. New York Mills Eagles have not been able to move the ball whatsoever here in the second half. And the offense now starting to threaten with 3rd down and 9 from about the 15-yard line of the Eagles. Dropping back the pass, a lot of pressure. He's going down to the ground. Now they finally stepped up the backfield there a little bit. Scott Hewitt getting in there and dropping him for a huge loss. So it'll be 4th down at the 25, making the 26-yard line. Just under 8 minutes remaining in the game. Let's see if the Bears decide to go for it, which is anything inside the 40-yard line. I think most high school teams will continue to go for it. A lot of pressure coming in again, and they're going to nail him. First guy through, number 66, Corey Becker. J.J. Weller finished him off, so they push him all the way back to the 40-yard line. So that is 2 sacks in a row for the defense for New York Mills. So what can you say about that? They just stepped up their defense right there and just it made a difference right now. They gave themselves great field position. Plus, they turn over on downs. The Eagles have the ball, 1st down and 10 at their own 40-yard line with 7.5 minutes remaining in this game. So now it's time they start moving. The offense has got to step up. Looks like the screen is coming. There goes to Justin Malone. Late for his fingers. Incomplete. So the ball thrown to Malone right between his hands there. You can see the screen coming. It looks like they were trying to do that earlier on their last series of downs as well, try to get that screen moving, but they couldn't contain. You know, you're supposed to let that pocket kind of collapse a little bit and then get it out to your tailback or whatever coming out of the backfield there, but they let it collapse a little bit too much there in the 3rd quarter. Okay, goes in with the handoff, but he drops the ball, falls back on top, but he'll get no gain on that one. So it's now 3rd down and make it 11 yards for the Eagles. So again, the offense struggling a little bit here for the Eagles here in the second half. They scored early in the 1st quarter. Their 2nd series of downs in the 1st quarter. The Eagles were able to punch it in for 6. Since then, it's been pretty much a lot of in between the 30s, actually. There's a pass across the middle. That one almost picked off. Ball was intended for number 3, Mikey Pulver. Nathan Payne, upset with himself. He's already had 2 interceptions on the night, and I guess he wanted that hat trick. But no go there. 4th down now and 11 yards. So that's twice they went to Pulver here in the second half in the air. One time was picked off by Nathan Payne. The second one was almost picked off by Nathan Payne. So Mikey Pulver is going to kick this ball. And let's see if Kneisel gets a run back here. He's had an excellent return night. And this one's going to push him back a little bit to about the 25-yard line. Kneisel's had some really good returns. He's across the 30, 35, and then 10 yards is about all he's going to get on that one. So special teams coverage contains him very well. 6:26 remaining in the 4th quarter. 20-6 is your score. Well, for the Bears tonight, again, their offense has been like a well-oiled machine. Johnson on this one is dumped in the backfield. That's, again, another one of those rare exceptions to the rules. Johnson's had a pretty good night. They're going to give him about a 3. Ooh, almost a 4-yard loss in that one, so they're going to drop him back about 4 yards. So his net production in the second half is actually only 20 yards, so he's got about 77 yards on the night. Again, as soon as you start saying one thing, they turn around and surprise you and do something else. So the Eagles' defense here in these last 2 series of downs really picked things up a little bit. There's going to be no gain there. Messer maybe picked up about a half a yard there. So that negates his algebraic rule here. 11-3, 11-3, and now 1 for his carry there. 3rd down and 13 for the Bears. The Eagles' defense here in the last 2 series of down have really impressed me. They've come on hard. They've blitzed. They've come across the middle. They've shut down this offense, who has pretty much ran their own way. Second quarter and into the third quarter. Messer's going to pick up maybe another yard right there. That's about all we're going to give him. So it's going to come up 4th down now. And 11, maybe 12. 4th down and about 12 yards to go for the Bears. 4:54 remaining in the game. Nathan Payne to kick. And they're going to drop back Pulver. The ball could go to Pulver. He's going to get the ball, as a matter of fact, at his own 42-yard line. He had a running start, but quickly converged upon. 15-yard return. So a net gain there of about 7 yards for the Bears. About a 7-yard net gain for the Bears. So the Eagles again in fantastic field position. They've been in good field position all second half, but have been unable to move the ball against this very, very strong defense of the Bears. It just seems to just keep picking it up and picking it up and picking it up. And just when you think they're down and out, they pick it right back up and come again. Now, there's a quick pass over there. That one should be a forward pass. Intended for Joby there. Number 6. So that's incomplete. That'll stop the clock. 4 minutes and 28 seconds left. And they're going to go to Justin Malone, who's following J.J. Weller through. He's going to break a tackle and try to run it around the outside. But all he can get is maybe a yard. So it looks kind of like dim for Malone here in the second half. Had a pretty decent first half. He had about 13 carries, which he netted only about 53 yards in that first half. But in the second half here, he's carried the ball about 7-8 times, but just hasn't picked up anything. And there's a mental mistake by Pulver on the left-hand side over there. That's going to be an offsides against the Eagles. Just what they don't need. It's going to be a 5-yard penalty. And the Eagles are going to take a quick timeout. With your score 20-6, we've got 3 minutes and 48 seconds left in the fourth quarter. After your timeout, 3 minutes and 48 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. The Eagles got to do something here. They've been unable to move the ball, and they just got a penalty there that cost them 5 more yards. He's going to drop straight back to pass. Here comes the blitz up the middle. He didn't get him. This one could be picked off. Kneisel breaks that ball up. That one goes for Pulver. So Pulver had gone to Pulver several times here. Pulver has been the intended receiver several times here tonight, but has yet to have a reception. 3 times here in the second half, he hasn't caught the ball yet, and they had 1 interception. The other one was nearly picked off, and that one was broken up by Kneisel and almost picked off as well. So we got a 4th down and 14 situation here. They've had excellent field position. They've had great opportunities to score. They have just not been able to take advantage of the situation. And, of course, you're playing against a 6-1 Bertha Hewitt Bear team, which is, for a young team, is very, very well disciplined. That ball is going to get picked off again. And there is a penalty on the play. Tommy Johnson. So Johnson with about a 30-yard return on the interception. So a 30-yard return by Johnson is going to split the Bears now in great field position. That is holding penalty against the Bears. Obviously will be declined with 3 minutes and 28 seconds left in the fourth quarter here. So when it rains, it pours. New York Mills Eagles trailing this battle 20-6. Things have cooled off here a little bit in the second half as well as the temperature started to drop a little bit, but the weather conditions have been really good for midweek football game. Tommy Johnson up the middle again. He's going to pick up maybe 3 yards on that carry. So the clock will continue to tick now as the Bertha Hewitt Bears will continue to try and push the ball up the field, maybe try to score, but for the most part, they're going to just execute. They've done that very, very well tonight. Their blocking has been spectacular. Their special teams has been really, really good, especially with Kneisel on return punts. They had some good blocking up front, and just for a young team, I am just amazed at how well oiled this machine really is. There goes Tommy Johnson up the middle. Mike Palver flips him up over the top, and that'll give him enough for a first down. Messer, not Johnson, that one. 24 and 34. Still a little bit hard to see up here. So he's going to pick up enough for a first down. He's going to pick up 10 yards on that one. So Messer having a nice little second half going for him here. 40 yards for Messer just in the second half alone. He had 9 yards in the first half. So 49 on the night for Messer. Having a nice little second half for him. And this will keep the ball moving. First down at 28. And they're going to go air to Nathan Payne. He lays out in front. Touchdown. But they finally got one into Nathan Payne long. So that's a 28-yarder to Nathan Payne for a touchdown to Nathan Payne. Well, better button off from New York Mills, the coach for the New York Mills Eagles this year. First-year coach. He was the assistant last year. Talked to him earlier in the week. And what did he say? He said, this Bertha Hewitt team is very good. They're surprising, and they will mix things up considerably. They really felt that if they could concentrate and stay in this ball game, and that one's picked off. So Gozen's going to pick off the two-point conversion, so that'll be incomplete. 26-6 is the score. 2 minutes and 14 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter, and you score again 26-6 as the Bears lead the Eagles. 2 minutes and 14 seconds remaining in this ball game. 26-6 is your score as the Bertha Hewitt Bears jump way out in front here in the second half. They've pretty much been dominating everything here in the second half, offensive and defensively. All right, here comes the fake reverse, and he's going to go around the left side out to the 30, to about the 32-yard line. So Kurt Mersaw beats out to about the 32, make that to about the 32-yard line. So now they take possession. This is probably the worst field possession that New York Mills Eagles has had here in the second half. At the 32, which isn't bad. But this is probably their worst field position yet. And now they've got 2 minutes and 7 seconds to make up 20 points. Let's see if they can make a good showing for themselves here and in this game with a solid performance from offense. And again, this is going to give them a great opportunity to kind of a warm-up game towards the playoffs and do a lot of execution. Justin Malone, of course, the outside, breaks the corner. Tried to get to the outside, but kind of lost his footing there a little bit. Was able to pick up 17 yards there. 18 yards. We'll give him 18 yards on that one. So Malone with a nice big carry there. Again, he needed about 149 yards on the night to surpass 1,000 yards for his third straight year. I don't think he's going to make it here tonight. He's only got about 90 yards on the night, so unless he breaks one right up the middle and just keeps right on going from here, it doesn't look very good for Justin Malone to break that 1,000-yard mark tonight. J.J. Weller picks up about 8 yards on that carry. Just pretty much up the middle and away we go. It's only his second carry on the second half. So he's got 2 carries for 12 yards. He's got a total of 5 carries for 21 yards on the night. Minute and 14 seconds remaining here in this fourth quarter. So the Eagles not really mixing things up much, putting goes in motion. Fake handoff, play action. Here comes the pressure, and that one's going to be thrown in behind him. So that one's going to go in behind him and incomplete. So Jade Berube, incomplete to him. That's his first of the second half. They've gone to him there. They've had him run the ball on reverse a couple times earlier in the first half, and he didn't pick up any yards there. And that one was thrown way behind him there as the pressure started coming in from the weak side. 59 seconds remaining in the contest here. And now the Eagles are going to spread it way out. And they're going to hand it off to J.J. Weller up the middle. So they're just going to spread it out with a couple of wideouts, a couple of slot backs there, and hopefully try to deke him out a little bit for the first down. Let's see if they gave him enough room. They're going to give him fourth down. They didn't even give him maybe a half a yard on that one. So Weller just barely a yard there, brings up fourth down. So the Eagles will take a timeout with 38 seconds remaining in the ball game. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
The switch is on to today's hot new country, Wild Country 104.1.
Well, they're going to spread it out a little bit. Fourth down in about a yard for the Eagles here. Quick out, and he hits Pulver. Finally a reception there by Pulver. He's going to scoot it all the way down to about the 21-yard line, so a nice pickup play there. Almost a 20-yard pickup for Pulver. So Pulver's got to be happy about that. That was just a quick pass. Just a quick out right there. Down the line, just looking to get the first down. They pick up enough for about 20 yards. 31 seconds remaining here in the final seconds of this fourth quarter of this Prairie North confrontation. Number 3 seeded Bertha. Number 3 seeded New York Mills against the number 1 seeded Bertha Hewitt Bears. Now, of course, the flag's on the play. It looks like indeed the offense jumped on that one. So that'll cost them another 5 yards. Boy, I tell you, they just when you think they can get things moving again, there's a penalty or an interception or a fumble or something like that. So the Eagles are definitely, concentration here tonight is just a little bit staggering. Like I said, they got 11 returning seniors, so they've got a mature squad here. They got a group of people, but it is a new offense. It is a new offense, a new defense. It's basically a new coach. Even though he was assistant last year, he's pretty much brought in a whole brand new type of an offense and defense. There's a quick out to Pulver again. Pulver across the middle, across to the 10-yard line. He's going to pick up enough for a first down, so that's going to give him about 16 yards on that carry due to the penalty. So 2 receptions for 36 yards quick for Pulver. As the chains move, the clock will stop, and then we'll restart the clock, so it'll be first down and 10. First down and goal to goal at the 10-yard line as the clock continues to tick here. And now we take a timeout. As the Bertha Hewitt Bears take a timeout, 26-6 is your score. Well, this could be the last play of the game here. First down and goal to goal for the Eagles. As he takes a snap, Kims across the middle, incomplete to number 2 across the middle there. So Berube, that's about his second pass, I believe, on the night there. Both of them incomplete. 17 seconds remaining in the game. So this game winding down ever so slowly. The Bertha Hewitt Bears finally starting to move the New York Mills Eagles finally starting to move the ball a little bit here on offense here as the game comes to a close. Here comes the rush right up the middle. He's going to get sacked automatically. Down he goes. So there's a big sack there by number 64. Well, I got 64, but somebody says Steve Parsons, number 67, come through the line there and got the tackle on that. So 1 second left. That's going to end it right here. The score is 26-6. The Bertha Hewitt Bears defeat the New York Mills Eagles 26-6 in this conference matchup. So that's going to do it for the season, pretty much for these two teams. And coming up next week, they'll probably all be heading down for tournament play. The Bears, of course, the number 1 seed going into the conference, into the playoffs. Number 3 will be the New York Mills Eagles. And in this conference, it's pretty wide open in this conference. So you might be surprised to see both these guys facing off against each other later on here in the playoffs. But this is definitely the end of the season for both these teams. 6-1, now they go to 7-1, Bertha Hewitt Bears, and a great display of execution and well-disciplined ball club. As they fall to 3-5, the New York Mills Eagles will complete their season on a losing note with a little bit of improvement needed. They made a few mistakes here and there, fumbled the ball, had a couple interceptions, and were offsides quite a few times. So definitely a new offense. Hopefully they'll turn things around here for playoff times, and you might see these two teams faced off again. So again, from Bertha Hewitt High School, your final score, Bertha Hewitt Bears 26, New York Mills Eagles 6. That is your TV3 Lakes Area Television Game of the Week. Thank you.